Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Today the destination is Bang Bang Barangay in Cordova, which is on the south side of Mactan Island. And we're going to get a look at a little bit of the new road that's connecting to the new third bridge. But the biggest part of this trip is watching uh, to a bunch of fishermen who are going out to catch lobster, shrimp, and other fish right next to that area down there. Big, a lot of little boats, some with motors, some with oars, and they're catching fish. And that's where your dinner and lunch comes from. Each and every day, they go out. I think it's after 4 in the afternoon, and they go out and they fish through part of the night until they catch as much as they think they need to take in and buy enough rice, buy enough food for the family for the day. Now, I'm not quite sure what this is. I thought it was a new road going in, but not absolutely positive. Um, it's obvious that the tide is out, so this is mangrove area with trees growing out into the salty sea, and you see kids out there, primarily kids. Guy with a long pole, probably a mango to take mangoes off the trees. And they're out there looking for different seafood to take home to eat, I presume. And once you get, it's interesting, Mactan Island, once you get in certain areas, you feel like you're in the province. Province meaning every place is technically in a province, but, but the term province often means you're out of the big city. You're out in the rural areas, the smaller towns. And we're coming upon this kind of a fishing. You start seeing the fishing boats off to the side. And not sure if these are private houses on stilts out here, what exactly they are. And you can hear some karaoke. No lack of karaoke in the Philippines. Somebody's selling balut, which is a fertilized duck egg normally. Sometimes it might be a chicken egg, some other type of egg. Dinosaur egg? Probably not. Anyway, this guy's got some crabs, and he's selling it. They'll weigh it up. He's got a small boat. He's got an oar there. He paddles out, sets crab traps. And my partner actually made this trip. She was going out to some other area and got distracted to where she was actually going, and ended up visiting this not really a fishing village, but an area where a lot of fishermen park their boats, and then they go out late afternoon. Oh, he's got 2 kilos there, so he made 400 pesos on this trip, I believe, at 200 pesos per kilo. Kilo being 2.2 pounds. So if you want to know the pounds, just multiply by 2.2, whatever the kilos is. Or, yeah, kilo is 2.2 pounds. Off in the distance, you can see what is part of the road, the new road being built that is going to connect to the new third bridge, the Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway, which should open late this year, early next year, is my understanding. Just got one of the people who comments on my channel works on that bridge, and he updates me occasionally in the comment section. And these are the many boats that go out normally later in the afternoon. Some stay on this side, I understand, and fish or crab trap or shrimp. Some of them are after shrimp, however you catch shrimp, with a trap or however you do that. And they go on this side. Some go under this bridge and go out into on the other side where there's deeper water to do whatever type of fishing they do. And that is a topic that I'm interested in and hope to find out a whole lot more about in the coming months. Fishing. Anyway, there is I sometimes I take a Habal Habal, a motorbike taxi ride, and I've often asked these guys, how long do you work every day? And the answer is almost always, I work until I have enough money for food for the family. And same thing with this guy. He works about 8 hours, I think he said. I'm going to put a link to this video. My partner has a YouTube channel, and I will put the link up. She will do the Filipino version, the interview in Filipino. Panginabuhi, I believe, which means living. It's about life and living in the Philippines. And it'll be up in a day or two. But she does a really good job with the video. I let her use one of my GoPros, and she used to be very shy, she told me. She would never go up and talk to somebody. But she's watched me do it, and she's learned how to just walk up and be courteous, yet bold enough to talk to anybody. And they are very friendly. They're going out, they got a flashlight. And they've got a bag full of food. They've got gasoline in the one jug there. And I think they spend 50 pesos, $1 for fuel for the night. And they've got a bag of crackers right there. The bag of crackers is their food for the night. And they go out and they fish until they have enough food, enough to sell, to feed their families, to support their life. So anyway, I'll put a link to her Filipino channel. She does interviews, she does some different types of videos, and you might find if your partner or you speak Cebuano, you might find it interesting. Originally, her plan was to go and find out a little bit about that new bridge new road going to the new bridge, and she got sidetracked here a little bit. It was getting later in the day, and she didn't think she really had enough time. It was going to get dark soon, and so they ended up here. And yeah, there's the part of the new road that's going to connect to the new bridge further south. And anyway, it was interesting. I appreciate her out there. She had gone over there to visit her family to register to vote, and I believe a very, very long line to register to vote. And that's a lot of what you see in the news these days here is about the new elections coming up, 2022. And anyway, it turned out that her voter registration is still good up through that time, so she doesn't have to register to vote, is what she found out. She doesn't have to renew it, I guess. Anyway, jumping back and leaving the area, mangroves on both sides here. Part of the issue, different places where there's land reclamation up north and down south, where they're planning on doing some reclaiming some areas, filling the sea in, the mangroves in, and building. And there is some protests going on, a little bit of protests by fisherfolks that say it's going to affect our fishing. And I've read other politicians saying, well, no, there's no fish there anymore. I said, well, yes, in fact there is. We go catch fish every day, and that's how we survive, by selling our fish, feeding our families. One of the projects is up, I believe, just north Consolation or Laloan area. They're going to move a lot of some of the freight ship terminals up that way, reclaim some area up there. There is a huge development on the south side of Mactan Island in Cordova that is going to build, I think, 2 or 3 islands and build condominiums, resort, casino perhaps out there as well. Anyway, this is actually going back towards that fishing area. I've put a little additional clip in there just so you get to see the area. Mactan is quite a bit different than Cebu City, Mandaue City. Different places. Every time I go over there, I find new areas. There are areas where expats hang out. There are areas that are heavy Korean until 90% probably of the Koreans went back to Korea during this worldwide economic disaster of a lockdown. Uh, so life goes on. Filipinos are survivors, but it's difficult in these times. The great part about the Philippines is that they are a very welcoming people. In general, they're happy, they're friendly, helpful. Um, that could change if the foreigners coming here become a pain in the you know what over time. You know, I've heard people that live in Thailand and have been here. They say the Philippines is what Thailand was 10 or 20 years ago, when the people were friendly, the land of smiles, as they call it. And over time, they have become more money oriented. You are a customer. We want to separate you from as much as your money as we can, as fast as we can, so we move on to the next tourist. And foreigners likewise. You know, I greet a lot of people on the road, and they don't know who I am, if I'm good or bad, or I greet them. They are always friendly back, 99% of the time. So anyway, thanks for coming along. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.